Good afternoon, I'm Audrey Barnes. We have some breaking news to report. After 33 years with the McDonald's Corporation, Danny and Cathy Bell are retiring. They have quite a legacy that has to be told. Their 3 children spoke with us, family members sent in videos, and you'll also hear from community leaders about the impact that Danny and Cathy have had on so many. Danny Bell and Cathy Jesse met in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1977. In the next 11 years, the couple had 3 children, bought and sold 3 houses in 3 different cities. Cathy was on the executive track with the Coca-Cola Company, and Danny had invested 15 years with the federal government. An offer to become franchisees with the McDonald's Corporation would change the entire course of their careers and family.
So it was very difficult, although I had comfort in knowing I was going home with my parents. But we went in and with bringing 3 kids and myself into a small house in Pensacola, we just took over and the kids created havoc, but my parents were there to support. And by the way, I was training without pay. I worked 40 hours a week without any compensation just to learn the system.
During that time, I worked in a full-time job in the daytime. I trained at night, and throughout the 2-year period, I only got to see them once a month. Yes, to be separated from my family for almost 2 years was a very difficult period.
The sacrifices paid off when they landed their first franchise at this McDonald's on Harper's Farm Road in Columbia, Maryland. Over the next 3 decades, the Bell Restaurant Group thrived.
The first thing that Danny and I thought was that it would just be great if one day we could have 5 restaurants, and 1 for him and myself, and then 3 for each one of our children. 33 years later, we actually owned and operated 45 restaurants between our family organization.
The Bell's 3 children, Denitra and twins Brandon and Brittany, all became owners and operators of McDonald's franchises within the family's organization, although Brandon is no longer with the McDonald's system. As their parents head into retirement, their children proudly reflect on all it took to get them here.
Yeah, so I do remember the beginning. And one of the things I really remember is my parents having to make the tough decision to relocate us from our home in Montgomery County to move in with our grandparents in Pensacola, Florida. So my mother, my siblings, and I, we all ended up moving there and living there for 3 years. I literally shared a bed with my mom that entire time. And I remember when my dad came, I lost my bed and ended up on the floor.
So their rule for all 3 of us is that we had to go 3 hours away. My sister went to Penn State. My twin brother, he went to Morehouse. My freshman year, I did go 3 hours away to Hampton University, but I was allowed to come back, and I finished my degree at Morgan State University. My passion was working with children. So I actually taught high school as well as coaching cheerleading. I knew that my parents weren't going to be in the business forever. And so after teaching for 5 years, I was like, you know what, while my parents are still in the business, I'm going to jump in to the family business.
When I think of retirement, I think of legacy. I don't think of this as, oh, it's over, right? I think of this as the cementing their legacy and giving us a blueprint to pass what we've learned, what we've experienced from their guidance onto the next generation. And I think what this actually signifies for my parents is more so a tribute to their contributions to family, the community, and the world in general.
They all have very different backgrounds, but they bring a lot to the table, from strategic thinking to people skills to logistics. And it has been a legacy that is coming true in our lives.
Also a part of their legacy with McDonald's, winning awards for running exceptional restaurants.
Yes, one of the biggest highlights of our career within the McDonald's system is to become part of the 1% club in the world, and that was the Golden Arch Award. That award is only given to a few, and this is worldwide.
I think if we actually were talking about one of the highlights of our journey, I would say that it was the affiliation with the National Black McDonald's Owners Association. I mean, it was like a family, and just the strength of that group.
I don't know any organization that I've been affiliated with that has done so much.
The same can be said about Cathy and Danny, who touched so many young lives in their restaurants.
We are constantly reminded and have expressions of gratitude shown to us for just being able to be that first job and showing them the importance of showing up to work on time, following a schedule, following routines, and et cetera. So it goes, I look at that as my extended family, and it's been phenomenal.
And Danny and Cathy did their part to nurture the next generation of successful entrepreneurs.
So it's always a joy to see a new operator come in and embrace their families and let them know that, it's going to be a journey, but you know what? You'll reach that desired outcome.
Danny and Cathy reached their desired outcome on December 31st, 2023, and sold their business.
I'm looking forward for retirement, and I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to enjoy my grandkids. I'm going to do a little day trading, playing some golf, exercise, and enjoy life.
Cathy's future plans are a little different. She's passionate about continuing to assist the Workforce Development Center at Howard Community College. She also has some yet unannounced efforts with the Johns Hopkins Howard Community Medical Center.
Well, we sold the business, but I'm not by any shot retired. I'm a project-driven person. I'm always busy by nature and working on different projects. So I would have to say what I think I'm going to like about retirement is the flexibility to do what I want to do when I do it.
And she'll keep living by the mantra her mother drummed into her at the start of this adventure with McDonald's.
She would just constantly say, you cannot fear failing. You got this. You can do this. And you know what? If you find that you can't do it, you'll do something else, because that's what real boss ladies do.
It's been a long journey, and we finally made it.
And now we can happily hang up our spatulas.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.